Real life. Real stories. Let's see what's trending in Indianapolis. This is Paul Poteet on The Edge.
Put the cat down.
Put the cat down. He looks really happy, doesn't he, to be here?
Baxter looks very uncomfortable.
It's okay, Baxter. Well, he was bouncing into now I have to do this for an hour and a half. He was bouncing into this takes me. I'm having a Pet Pals flashback right now. He was bouncing against this microphone that I'm talking into. It's a lovely visual prop, but it's a real microphone too. So it's the microphone I'm using. So every time he rubs against it, you hear this, and it sounds like an old Western. Do you hear those drums? We're about to be attacked. So anyway, that's my Baxter.
So we're going to blame
story.
Baxter on that. Wow. You're blaming the innocent cat for...
This was a terrible
Good
mistake.
start.
Terrible mistake.
Do you need a moment, Paul?
What's that?
Do you need a moment? Somebody get him a lint brush.
You should always, if you go into a TV studio to make an appearance or whatever, and if you need a quick, schmooshing, whatever, there's normally somebody who has the roller somewhere stashed away along with the 20 cans of hairspray and the 5 hairbrushes.
Did you call it smooshing?
In case you need, you got some smudge on your on your suit, cat fur, whatever. It doesn't sound as good. Yeah. So anyway, how are you? Anyhow,
we are very good. Good to join you again this week.
Well, somewhere in the fog of
all the dander flowing up.
That's right. Maybe hope you don't mind me sneezing through the rest of this segment.
No, we'll fix it in post.
Yeah. That's right. It's the internet. It doesn't matter. I found things on the edge, though, even though my cat was distracting me.
What's happening with Paul on the Edge? What are you looking at today?
What did you guys major in internet videos? Is that why we're all here right now?
No. It's been a very, very long, strange trip, to be honest with you, why we're here.
What? Yeah, right. Well, I've been there, done that. Been there, done it all.
I can't believe I'm actually quoting Grateful Dead. I never liked the Grateful Dead whenever I was in college.
Does that mean that you'll be embarking on a 20-minute solo at some point during this segment? You'll just whip out, you'll just start doing the air guitar thing?
Exactly. About to bust out In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida right now.
It's for our younger streamers right now. It's sort of the same as Fish. Okay, right. If you're wondering what is this Grateful Dead thing?
Oh, thank you for translating. I appreciate that.
That's right. I try to. You were with us, weren't you, Brittany? When I said Fish, right?
Just now?
Yeah.
Yes, I was here, and I understand.
Okay. But do you know Grateful Dead?
Yes, I know Grateful Dead.
Oh, okay.
Paul, I'm not your average millennial. Okay, have some respect.
She's a mutant.
I am.
Do you know Turfgrass Management?
Pardon? No.
Well, that guy doesn't know it's turf grass from a mole hole in the ground.
Wow. So what are you looking at here?
This is 10 things that you can actually major in that you probably shouldn't. Turfgrass Management.
Okay.
This is an actual management.
That's a vocation.
I mean, I imagine I know there's a lot of money in maybe operating golf courses, things like that.
Right.
Especially in some areas around like where I live, where there seem to be 100 golf courses. But I don't know if the specialty of turfgrass management in itself. It says there are options such as lawn management, athletic field management, golf course management.
But I specialize in turfgrass.
You can also major in bagpipes.
Yes.
At Carnegie Mellon. So
absolutely.
There is, in 2009, there was exactly one graduating bagpipe major in the year 2009.
Top of the class.
Nick Hudson made $1,000 playing in bars on St. Patrick's Day alone. Now, of course, the problem is with that business model, there's only one St. Patrick's Day every year,
But,
so I don't know.
But he's in demand that day.
I mean, if you know that the Gordon Pipers are your future, I guess maybe it wouldn't be such a bad deal. But how often do you hear bagpipe music in a public setting is the next question.
Honestly, I have it playing out of my office every day.
It's 50% of my Pandora. Okay,
Exactly, exactly.
You can also major in puppetry.
Oh, I saw that.
Puppetry.
Nothing creepy about that whatsoever.
Little puppets. Like, does that creep you out a little bit? That's that little screenshot there.
Yep.
Making money in theater in show business is always dicey anyway. But if you just say, all right, it's only going to be puppetry for me or nothing else.
Wait, bakery science, go back.
Bakery science. Well, we went right past Canada. Canadian studies. You can people in Canada don't even study Canada. I don't know why.
I like Canada. I'll go do that.
I don't know why you could major in it here, but yeah, bakery studies was another one. Well, people go to, culinary school. I guess, again, this is if you really wanted to specialize, you can go into bakery studies. But what if you're on Atkins? Are you still allowed to do that?
No, actually, you can just look in fear and dread.
Yeah.
Now, however, the number 3 there is very interesting, and I think it goes underrated.
Bowling, are you talking about, or no, you're talking about winemaking?
Absolutely.
I want to do that.
I'm going to change my career path right now.
Can you send me back to school?
What is it they say? If you love your job, you'll never work a day in your life, right?
Exactly.
So if your job is making wine, of course, you have to be careful that your job doesn't overtake your life.
Very well not wake up for your job if that's the
Hello,
case.
my name is Aaron. I'm a winemaker.
I've said that in the mirror.
Is college going is really necessary to make wine? Let me try this sentence again.
Have you been drinking?
You've been taking classes at night.
Glasses or classes? Oh, there it is.
All you have to do is start talking about alcohol, and I just suddenly lose sentence construction. So anyway, officers. Okay. Is going to college really necessary to make wine? Is the sentence that I was trying to get out there. Some colleges think so. Colleges actually call these programs enology, enology, which means the study of wine. Okay. And
I never knew that.
That's something you can take. Folklore and mythology. Again, I don't know if you major in that. What do you do with it? That's the.
Oh, there's a Dionysus connection there for all of you mythos geeks. Hey, there we go.
Wow, you tied it right into wine.
I did.
Good
Man.
job.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
but the last one, the number 1, you got to show the number 1.
It's talk about whatever you want. Again, at some point you have to ask yourself, why are you in school? I mean, what are you?
How did I get here?
What? Yeah, you won't believe. How did I get into this position? So I don't know, if you want to spend thousands of dollars and be in debt for a few years,
if you want to spend your parents thousands of dollars, let's call that reality right there.
Yeah, right. We struck a nerve there, didn't we?
Really? Yeah, exactly. I got a 17-year-old, by the way.
When you're young, you should concentrate on things like toys. Now, I want to know, Aaron, did you have Barbies when you were growing up? Do you have Barbies now?
I plead the 5th. I will.
Brittany?
I had a couple. I wasn't a big Barbie person.
I was trying to keep it gender neutral there.
That was very good. Very PC.
But yeah, Barbie's one of those things that's been around forever. I remember my sister. I mean, this is a long time ago when I was a kid. I remember my sister had her, in the little plastic, houses and the little cases you keep them in.
The Corvette was really cool.
Would you believe that Barbies are a big counterfeit item? Customs officials search people for Barbies.
These days, yes, I do.
$85,000 worth of counterfeit Barbies were seized at the Minnesota border crossing. There's your Canada study. These people are stealing our dolls.
And they're knockoff dolls.
Yeah, they're not even really.
That's not Barbie.
Yeah, they are. Could you tell that just from looking on the outside?
Yes.
How?
I majored in Barbie in college.
We weren't
I
going to
made
bring
your
attention to
dolls,
that, but wow, 3,000 toys.
Smuggled Barbies, of course. Smuggled Ken sold separately.
Also,
yeah,
Skipper,
85 there. Which one was Skipper?
the sister.
Skipper was the sister. Yeah.
Barbie's sister Skipper, the fun one.
And what did you think?
Fun one.
Did you think
she
Ken
studied
was,
winemaking?
Yeah. Yeah. Did you think Ken was good looking, or was the lack of
Next story.
Gotta go.
You could always feel superior to Ken if you were a guy who, was growing up back. So that's the story of Barbie. The perps, of course, sent to the Malibu Barbie big house, which is also sold separately. Now, we've had a creepy, screen grab or two already. I thought that puppet thing was a little off-putting myself. This also makes me a little queasy. Shot of a motorcycle rider who is wearing a Panda mask, helmet, whatever. This is real.
Okay. And a suit. Yeah, there's a suit as well here.
Yeah, right. He's wearing the mask and the entire suit. A concerned motorist, as you see there, from Minnesota. We like to vary it, not have every week be Florida and Colorado. So the second story from Minnesota, concerned motorist called 911 to report on this rider. They were concerned about his vision being obstructed. Forget about his vision. You look up and you talk about distracted drivers, and if you see that suddenly off to your right, first of all, you check for Rod Sterling. Is this a Twilight Zone episode I'm in now where nobody else sees this, but I do? And so they were able to pull over the driver, I guess the second time around. I think I read that this happened more than once. It was earlier in the summer. And he exited the highway before the troopers got a hold of him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're looking for a Panda. Panda van. But they were monitoring traffic cameras later in the summer, August 31st, spotted him again. He came back out again, and troopers were able to catch up. He said the suit was intended to help the motorcycle video go viral. This guy was doing it on purpose to do what happened, I guess.
So you could say that they barely caught him, right? But they finally called out the black and whites.
Let me just give it a light tap. Ready?
Yeah, not too much. Not too much.
Just a mute.
That was a twofer.
Just a little light tap, and then a quick muting of it afterwards so that it doesn't. Yeah, well, he cited for reckless driving. The Panda head was confiscated.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Wow.
Yeah, impounded. So we have two cute sort of. I mean, that was creepy, I guess. But we have another animal, thing that's for real. And this is just, if you need a little peaceful moment. We've had a lot of bad news lately, in the world. So if you want to just be happy, Google dolphins watching squirrels.
Watch this.
Squirrels. Squirrels, for real. Dolphins are just like humans. They get any sight of squirrels.
Exactly. Look at that.
That is so weird.
Now,
they're like, what in the world?
I'm wondering if they're hungry.
And if they had taken the right classes in college, they'd know what kind of wine goes with squirrel. Let me call some of my relatives in Kentucky. But seriously.
Oh. Hey, squirrel's not bad.
Yeah. Have you had that? I know you're an outdoorsman.
It's a little bit gamey, but a good Mad Dog 2020 goes with that.
The Fifth Mike's Hard Lemonade goes really well with that. That point when you say, yeah, that sounds like fun.
It tastes like chicken.
Give me some squirrel and bring me that Panda head, too, while you're at it.
See, it's an entire night of fun.
Yeah, right. I want to go for a ride. So those are some of the weird and wacky things over right on the edge of the internet.
Thank you for that squirrel zen moment, Paul. I really appreciate it.
I feel so much better.
Dolphins are adorable. I did for a while. I was like the voice of the Dolphin show at the Indianapolis Zoo, and I heard more about that than anything else because people are always in a good mood. By the end of the Dolphin show.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So how's our mood going to be this week weather-wise?
Well, you'd think, a couple of days of rain, everybody'd be all sad, but we're so dry, and people have been crying for rain. And so no longer will only your tears moisten your turf. And I did not take any classes in turf management. So I don't know for sure, but I think you'd rather have rain, which we have in the 7-day forecast a couple of different times. Wednesday, we've had it around, obviously, today. Kept us out of the 80s. Today, we were like 84 degrees yesterday in your pumpkin spice parade of warm days. We have showers at times again on Thursday, maybe into Friday morning. Looks like we'll get a break Friday night, and Saturday morning they'll be back again Saturday afternoon, maybe a little break Saturday night, and then again on Sunday, and one more round of showers possibly Monday morning, cold front Tuesday, and closer to normal temperatures then. 70 is the normal right now. So all of those days are above average, but it looks like we'll go back to normal, maybe a little below normal by the middle of next week. Although the month as an entirety, the month of October looks like it's going to be above averge for us.
Like
in
a lot.
Central India.
Not a lot, though.
Not necessarily a lot. And above average in October could mean like that, highs in the low 70s, mid 70s, which would be okay. That snow could be flying by trick or treat time, so that's okay.
Yeah, we actually camped out this weekend with the Boy Scouts, and it was such a beautiful weekend for camping.
This past weekend was nice. Boy, you're lucky it wasn't the weekend before when it was all hot and muggy, and you can smell the squirrels cooking, like 10 miles away. You want it a little bit cooler when you're putting the game on the grill.
I don't know. I was cooking that right in front of me, so I couldn't really get away from the smell.
You know what I say? Don't hate the gamey meat, hate the playa. So,
oh wow,
something like that.
It's backward, but I'll accept it.
Amazing. Well, Paul, you always bring the best to the show. I appreciate it regularly. Hey, we want to make sure that our listeners and watchers know how to get a hold of you to make sure that we blame you for the stories coming up.
Always find me online. Me and Baxter are working in the studio 24/7, generating content for you. It's Paul Poteet, POTEET.com. Or if you forget how to spell my name, just type in My Huge Radar, and that'll actually get you to me too. I don't know how it works. MyHugeRadar.com.
Does Baxter have? I'm just going to move past that. Does Baxter have a Twitter account? Because we want to have more Baxter, man. Need more Baxter.
No, he's long gone.
All right.
Cats, they don't like the limelight for some reason.
No.
Again, pets and kids. Next time I'll hold up my grandsons. I get about the same result, too. It'd be like a juggling act. And then I'd have stuff on my suit. But
oh, boy.
Wouldn't be as easy to wipe off.
All right. With that, viewers and listeners, that is Paul Poteet on the edge. And literally so. I mean, I demonstrably so.
Yeah, clearly.
All right. So thanks so much, Paul. And we'll be checking in with you next week.
Thank you, Paul.
All right. See you soon.
Bye. Have a good weekend.